Irene, how do we make sure that we take care of children's mental health and come through for them and come, yeah, even physically as well? I know how do we come through for our children?
Okay, thank you for that question. So, as Save the Children, one of our specialization within child protection is on mental health. Yes. So, when we talk about mental health, here it's about the state of the mind. We are looking at the mental well-being of an individual. So we are looking at the emotional, we are looking at the psychological, we're also looking at the social part. How are children able to interact with their peers? So just trying to observe what is the behavior patterns are changing. So even as Save the Children, when we are intervening on and working around mental health, we not only look at mental health for the children, but we also look at the mental health of the family, because these are the people who are interacting with the children on a day-to-day basis. So if their mental well-being is not okay, then it becomes very difficult to support the children. So when we look at protests, some of the things for parents and caregivers or guardians is to see how best to be able to support their children. And as we are talking about it being looking at the behavioral part, trying to see how are the children coping. And we always have positive coping mechanisms and we have negative coping mechanisms. When it's negative coping mechanisms, that's when we have a problem. So for example, with the floods where we were able to do an assessment, we did realize that majority of the children when we interviewed had already started joining gang groups. There were issues of and there was a lot of sexual among the children. So, and that was in response to and can be viewed as a negative coping mechanisms. So where our role comes in as persons who want to support the children is how to enhance positive coping mechanisms. Then we ask ourselves, how do we do this? So for example, the first thing for children is assurance. Let them know that they are not alone, that we understand them, that we are even there to support them. That is usually very important. A lot of the times, even within our households, we are wasting mtoto too. What would you know?
To be seen and not heard.
What would you be going through? I mean, I'm the parent, I'm the provider. I'm the one who is dealing with unemployment.
Nini na kustress?
Nini na kustress? Nini sindio wewe mtoto mdogo?
It's actually a common phrase with parents. Ati sasa uko 10 years, ati sasa unasibuliwa na homework. We forget that these are small human beings who are trying to even how life works. Exactly. The simple things that we have internalized as adults, they do not know. To that. Exactly. But of course, in moments like this, there is trauma and how we respond. How best should we handle?
She was telling us about giving them assurance.
Yeah.
And then letting them know that even as adults have problems and we don't solve them alone. And you see that ties to assurance. What you're going through is okay, particularly for teenagers. Letting them know it's okay to be sad. It's okay to be depressed.
Yes.
Because these situations they bring out this sort of emotions. It's okay to be sad. Those are normal reactions. So that a child doesn't feel sad, gets overwhelmed, and then it leads to depression. So if a child knows that these are normal emotions, that even as adults, we feel, we struggle, and we also don't also deal with them alone. We always look for help from someone else.
Yes.
Then they become comfortable. Then the next thing, then having with a conversation with the child to know how can you be able to support them. And for that to really happen, you have to be emotionally open, vulnerable with your child. Check in on them from time to time. During the day when she's from school, she or he is from school, just random time when you're having dinner, ask them, how are you feeling today? Before she goes to sleep, he goes to sleep, ask them, how are you coping? That is now checking in on them. And then at the same time, we need to appreciate our children are different. Not all of them will come to talk to us, or not all of them will want to talk to us. So being emotionally open, what that means is that you can still have a discussion around that. You don't want to talk to me? I understand. You know those words, those kind words. I understand. So who would you rather talk to? Or even suggest to them, is it okay that you can have talk to
so and so
or auntie so and so?
Yeah.
Don't feel offended as a parent. Or if you are a mom because you want to be close to her children and she or he is not talking to you.
Yeah.
You're wondering why would they be comfortable talking
with
to the
so-and-so,
dad?
Yeah.
And you term them as your best friends. You know, I like how parents usually say, this one is my twin. And then your twin doesn't want to open up to you.